Now, what if I told you that the biggest business model running around in the tech industry has nothing to do with hardware, but a bit of software? It's basically services. Companies generating services that make you pay monthly payments every single month. Everything has a subscription now. Your music, your movies, your software, your car, even your doorbell. And the industry is growing rapidly every single day. In 2024, the services revenue bracket grew by $487 billion, and by 2034, that amount is projected to grow to 2.1 trillion. This is absolutely mind-boggling because a few years ago, companies weren't focused on services. Companies built their backbone on creating good hardware and mind-breaking software. But right now, the real money is in services. Today we're going to explore why every company is trying to push you into making a subscription and the real psychology behind it. So let's get straight into this video. And right now, the subscription business isn't just growing, it's exploding at a rapid rate. With the subscription or services arms of different companies growing 5 times faster than traditional S&P 500 companies. These are companies like PwC, JP Morgan, Apple, Google. It's confusing, but we're going to understand this soon. And an interesting fact is that of every adult that has a phone, 78% of them have at least one active subscription. And if you take a look at this, it actually makes sense. But let's examine this because you have Netflix, iCloud, Spotify, or maybe even Adobe or Microsoft, depending on what you do. Every single thing has some sort of subscription tier right now to keep users paying monthly payments, because obviously short-term income or one-time payments is good, it's fine, but in the long run you want a stable economy that your company can rely on. And subscriptions create that. They create recurring revenue and returning customers. It's just a better form of economics for the companies, and they are going to do the most they can to maximize this. To truly understand why this business model is growing rapidly, you need to understand the predictability. Because selling an item one time or selling a product once is fine, but to create recurring revenue or recurring revenue streams, you need to create returning customers. Because when you do this, you create stable revenue streams, more customers, and they bring more business with them. Besides, you don't have to convince them to come back. You're already locked into the system. It's automatic. You have direct debit payments, buy now, pay later. It makes the payment of these subscriptions easy and it's stress-free, so people don't really bother with it. But if you don't examine this, you realize you're going to lose so much money in the long run. At the end of the day, these businesses are money-making machines, and these are the best ways to optimize to get the best profits and the most profits. But we need to examine the true psychology behind subscriptions, because they don't just work because businesses have some kind of magical power over you. They work because you allow it to. It may start as £5 here and there, £10, £15. It may seem little or small in the short term. Or it might make one-time subscription. You're like, oh, I'm going to cancel in a month. I'm going to use this. I promise I'm going to use this. These are what you tell yourself. But after months or even years, it could stack from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It grows rapidly. And companies know something that's really powerful. You're not going to cancel, and you're very unlikely to cancel. And this is by design. They create friction throughout the process. From the cancellation to the service they make you do, everything is there to make it harder. One, they play the game that you're going to forget, because human beings, we surely forget things on a day-to-day basis. Another thing, a lot of people are too lazy to actually go through the process. And admittedly, cancelling a subscription takes time and it's too long for a lot of services. Some services may make it easy by a quick button and you cancel, but some make you go through a long process to remove your data, remove your card details, everything, just to make it harder for you to escape. Another thing, they hide the cancellation buttons down in the depths of the settings, making it even less likely you're going to cancel. And the final power they have, you become so convinced that you need it and you're going to use it. No matter what you tell yourself, you're like, yeah, I'm going to use it. It's for productivity. It's for my own benefit. But if you examine your usage on your phone, you barely use that app or that service. But you've created this whole mindset in your head that it's important to you. And when that happens, you're spending hundreds of dollars or pounds going down the drain that you have no access to anymore because it's gone. Simply because you're too lazy, you forgot, or the company's made it harder for you to even use. And this shows how companies merge psychology and technology all into one. They add the value perception of a good service at first, then they put the added benefit of quick payments, one-time payments, Google Pay, Apple Pay, buy now and pay later, and make the subscription even harder to escape. It just shows the corporate reality of psychology and good services. Right now, I'm going to discuss why I actually made this video. Because during my research for this video, I realized that we're growing into a deep problem in our society. And the name is subscription fatigue. Let's be honest, people across the world are getting overwhelmed financially, socially, by whatever is going on in the world. They don't need the added drama of losing money to subscriptions. And people are getting overwhelmed. And this is showing because in 2025, the average American household had 4.1 subscriptions in the entire house. But that got dropped down to 2.8 subscriptions. And that's a 32% drop. That's actually massive. This all started from COVID when people were in their houses, nothing left to do. They signed up for Netflix, Amazon Video, Hulu, whatever it may be, and just left it running for so much time. And this is showing in the streaming platforms because the number of subscribers that are canceling is at an all-time high. That's hitting 44%. It's a drastic drop from the highs of COVID and lockdown, where billions of people were subscribing rapidly. And in the UK, it's even worse because right now, data shows that there are 10 million subscriptions that are left unwanted by people. That's losing them $1.6 billion every single year in wasted money. This is what's called subscription fatigue, and it's creating a big and serious risk in our society, both economically and socially. Because economically, people are losing money. They're getting frustrated. They don't want the added stress of having a subscription that takes money away from their already slim incomes. And socially, when you have a bad relationship between customers and companies, people are dropping out of subscriptions, canceling them. That means the companies are going to have less money. They're going to put less effort into making their services good enough. And that means the services are not even going to be at a high standard that even justify the high subscription prices. Then get people trying to cancel companies for having high prices. It's actually symbolic and really sad to see. But it shows how greed and chase of profit in the corporate world might actually lead to losing more money than they actually plan to. And so obviously, with this downturn of subscriptions and the whole rise of subscription fatigue, the same masterminds that came up with the ideas of creating a subscription are also creating a new branch of these subscriptions that is aiming to keep customers in. And that's what we call bundling. They bundle different services and plans, everything together in one place. So it becomes a double jeopardy. If you don't use one service and you decide you want to cancel, you may have bought it in a bundle. So that means canceling one means canceling every other one that you actually use. Because maybe offer the package, more apps or more software for a lower price. It may seem fine and wonderful and cost saving in the short term, but in the long term it means you're stuck in a longer contract, and when you decide to cancel, you lose more things that you stand to gain. And it creates a bad and toxic idea in people's minds. And even with the growth of family plans, it makes it even worse. Because if a family signed up for a bundle for all of them, maybe cover streaming platforms, music, everything, and one day someone decides to cancel one thing, they cancel one of the plans, that means everyone else is losing that bundle and losing the benefit for this. That means people are less likely to cancel stuff that take away money away from them. And it makes it even harder to walk away from all these companies when they add more and more features that make it seem that it's actually worthwhile. They might add new AI features. Maybe the AI features may be low quality, AI is slow, adding no value, but because it's AI and it's following the new trend, you'll get excited and you join in. At the end of the day, it might not even be useful to you. It's just a waste of money. And that's more money being wasted and going down the drain. The future of subscriptions is growing rapidly and has shifted from simple software services Right now, you even have cars with monthly features that you have to pay a subscription just to upgrade to. What do you mean you have a $500,000 BMW, but the heat in your car you have to pay for? That is literally built into the car. You paid your hard-earned money just to use. It doesn't make sense. Besides, for someone who is buying a car of that price, it may not even be that much. But the whole idea of it doesn't make sense. Then you have fitness apps that are replacing gyms. You have Strava or Runner, although they have good benefits, but really, £15 a month just to get running routes and record your data. I don't have any problem with subscription models, but when they become exploitative and take more money than they actually offer, it doesn't make any sense to me. Then you have food apps, Uber apps. You have a monthly subscription just to get higher priority in getting a car or getting your food faster. Right now, the whole idea of subscription is changing rapidly, and ownership in general is dying. People no longer own stuff. They no longer own their products anymore. You're basically renting access that you never have full ownership to. That means you can't make your own changes, can't customize it well. It actually makes no sense. You're paying the money, but you can't fully access everything that you paid for. But if you look at the industry right now, I will actually give a shout out to Xbox, because the new CEO of Xbox is doing something I really like. They recently reduced the prices of subscriptions to offer, because they know that Xbox is dying. It's not where it was before. Yeah, you can also watch my YouTube video I made about Xbox. It'll be linked down there. But back to the video. The new CEO understood that Xbox isn't where it is anymore. They basically reduced the price from $29.99 to $22.99. Give people what they want, and they're right now the rumors that are going to allow customizable plans. So let's say you don't need cloud gaming, but you like Xbox Game Pass. They'll allow you to take Game Pass without having to pay for everything else in the bundle. That's offering true value. Right? That isn't value perception or false value perception. It's actually showing you what you have and what you need, and allowing you to pay the price they're willing to. It's a better business model. And a lot of companies aren't going to accept that, but it shows that there are some companies that are willing to take the right step in the right direction, no matter if the motives may be ulterior. Because right now, it isn't about convenience anymore, it's about controls. Because companies control the pricing, features, access, and even your information and data. So when you stop paying, you lose everything. You lose your access to your features or the services that they have. You lose your data that you can sell to anyone, even if it's against the law. It shifts the power away from the consumers and into the hands of the companies. The subscription economy has a lot of benefits, both for consumers and for companies. For companies, it creates predictable, recurring income and customers that they use. It's scalable and it adds more to the profit margins. And for consumers, it allows for flexibility and greater access to products. But at what cost? You lose less ownership and it leads to more dependency on this company's systems. You lose access to what you buy, and you lose access to features that you paid money to own. At the end of the day, I want you to ask yourself, the next time you try subscribing for something, do I actually own this, or am I just entering a system where I have to continue to pay? How many subscriptions do you have, and how many are you willing to cancel, or how many do you actually use? Tell me down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's been a really lovely video to make. I had to explore deep into why people sign up for subscriptions and the whole psychology behind it. Truly understand what's going on here. It would be really, really helpful if you left a like or left a comment or some sort of message down. So let me know. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.